Hello and welcome to a beginner's guide on how to properly wash a car. In today's video, I'll be going over the basic steps that we're going to need to take to keep a clean car. That includes going over what tools we're going to need, techniques that we're going to need to use with these tools, and a few tips on how to properly maintain our tools, maintain our paint, and to have an efficient wash. In addition, I'll be going over what products we should be using to end up having a wash you won't be able to buy at any drive-through car wash. To begin this video, I'd like to thank Shine Armor for being graciously kind enough to allow me to showcase their graphene ceramic spray. This spray is a highly concentrated DIY ceramic coating that is ready to go straight out the bottle. What that means for this video is I'm going to have to detail and clay bar and make sure this car's paint is ready to be sealed with this graphene ceramic spray. Alright, let's go over the tools that we're going to be needing. The first two tools that we're going to need are very important. You cannot wash a car properly without these two tools. The first is water. The second is a pressure washer. If you do not have access to one or two of these items, I recommend going to a self-serve car wash where you can rent out a pressure washer and go about washing your car that way. The rest of the tools we're going to need in this video, you can find them anywhere else online. That being said, aside from a pressure washer and water, what we're going to need is a foam gun. 2 buckets, one clean, one dirty. This is dirty. I gotta wash. Both of them are going to need a dirt guard, a clean wash mitt, clay bar, wheel brush, wheel and tire cleaner, detail brushes, automotive soap, clean drying towels, preferably microfiber towels, do not use bath towels, and Shine Armor's graphene ceramic spray to seal that clean paint. To begin with, let's go over the tools that we're going to be needing for this wash. Let's go over the tools we're going to need. The goal of the video today is to replicate that viral video on TikTok where people are drying their cars off with water. Alright, let's put all of this into practice. Yep, that's right. We're going to be washing the CLS 550. This is Mom's car. I left Mom's car outside for 3 days. 3 days, right? Underneath that tree right there. And that tree totally messed up the paint. And it sounds like sandpaper. But in today's video, I'll be showing you guys exactly how you can detail this thing and make it as smooth as the SL's paint. I need to wash that too. So yep, upon further inspection, this paint is in desperate need of help. So let's give it what it deserves. So now I have to wash the orange bucket because it was just used to pile up dirt. Check your flow. And fill up your buckets first. Alright, now that we have our bucket filled, let's go ahead and connect our hose to our pressure washer. We have pressure. Now that we have done all of that, let's go ahead and unwind this. Alright, perfect. Our pressure's good. Perfect. Alright, now that we have cleaned our dirty bucket, let's go ahead and actually fill it up with some waters. Just a little bit. Perfect, that's enough. You don't need any more. Alright. As far as your wheel brushes go, make sure your wheel brushes are always in your dirty bucket. If you have access to a third bucket, then that could be a separate wheel bucket. So step 1 to washing a car, make sure you have all your tools together so when it comes time to actually spraying down the car and soaping it up, everything can be done efficiently and as productively as possible. So, now that our clean bucket is full of water and soap and our dirty bucket is full of water and they have their grit guards in, let's go ahead and start hosing this down. Alright, we just ended up going over mom's car once with the pressure washer. Now what we're going to do is we're going to attach the foam gun. We're going to spray the whole entire car with foam. And then we're going to grab our clean bucket and dirty bucket and then wash and scrub the whole entire car. It's best to use an AN fitting because it's very quick to attach the foam cannon. Alright, now that our car is fully foamed up, let's go ahead and grab our clean bucket and grab our wash bit and start scrubbing. Alright, now that the wheel and tire cleaner has actually sat for a minute, go ahead and scrub all that dirt away because that actually dissolves the iron that comes off of the brake dust. If you want to have your wheels look better for a longer time, I also recommend using that graphene spray on these wheels or any sort of ceramic coating. Make sure your wheels are ceramic coated if you want them to not collect as much brake dust, because the more brake dust they collect, the more harder it will be to actually clean it off. Great, so now that our wheels and paint are scrubbed down and cleaned up, let's hose everything, all the soap studs, down. And again, start from the top and work your way down to the bottom. Alright, great. Now that we have finished washing the car, as you can see, it's starting to get really, really dark outside. I actually prefer washing the car past sunset because where I live in California, it's always sunny. And when it's sunny, you don't want to wash your car because then the water spots are going to just go crazy once the water evaporates off the paint. Not to mention the soap evaporating plus the dry, hard water evaporating. It just ends up becoming a total nightmare. That being said, now that our car is washed, we're going to run our hand through the paint, and sometimes, most of the time, you're going to start feeling little bumps in the paint. What that means is that your paint has been contaminated, and the best way of getting rid of it is actually using soap, the automotive soap, so I hope you haven't dumped out your clean bucket. Use that soap, use your mitt, and use a clay bar to pick up all the dirt. Now, I recommend using a reusable clay bar like I showed in the intro. These clay bars can last you a couple of times actually getting the car all clayed up and everything. This one's a little bit sticky, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrub this down a little bit, make sure it's smooth, and then we're going to start tackling that paint. Alright, now it's time to actually start playing down the car. So, make sure you get all your studs and everything ready. Okay, now that we have lubed up the car, we're going to go ahead and grab this and then just run it all along the car. And it's okay to go over some spots again and again. You want to aim for a smooth, like you can glide it over it like that. That's what you want to do. Now let's do the other side. And you want to get over the whole entire car, but panel by panel. So once I get done with this hood, I'm going to rinse off the paint, the water, put my hand through it, run through it, and then see if I actually like it, then great, we'll move on to the next panel. If I miss any spots, I'm going to run the wash mitt over it one more time. Get that spot until it's at the perfect consistency of smoothness. That's way smoother. That's, oh, I missed some spots over here. And that is perfect. That's like butter. All right, now we're gonna go over the whole entire car like this, and then we'll move on to the next step. I just got done clay barring and then rinsing off the car. When I just got done clay barring the car and I rinsed off all the soap and water and everything, paint is silky smooth. I'm gonna go ahead and dry the car off now. Alright, we just got done drying the car. Now that we are done drying the car, it's time that we actually take care of our tools that we use to wash this thing. So, when you're dumping out your buckets, make sure that your wash mitt that you use to wash your car doesn't touch the ground. The moment it touches the ground is the moment this thing goes in the trash, because it's like fully contaminated. It picks up so much dirt that the smallest rock that this picks up, you will see swirls on your paint, and you do not want any of that. I've actually seen people put this on the ground and start stepping on it to get all the water out. Don't do that. You're just going to destroy this pad. So just rinse it out. It's okay. I usually rinse mine out. Like, I usually get all the water out this way. Anyway, it's going to be used to wash a car again. I don't need to really worry about it right now. I'm going to let it air dry inside the bucket. So the way I'm going to do that is all the water inside this bucket, I'm going to get all that out. All the water is out of this bucket. Your grit guard goes in here. Your second grit guard also goes in here. And then you lay this flat on top of the grit guard. And your wheel brushes, put that back in there. Now, before putting your wheel brushes back in there, make sure you rinse them off by hosing them down with water and then like scrubbing them down this way. I already did all that. Once you're done with all that, put your stuff away, and then it's time to start applying the graphene ceramic coating onto the car. If you're not going to be using the graphene ceramic coating, I recommend using a ceramic wax of some sort. That's probably going to be your best bet as to being more protected against the elements, as opposed to just leaving your paint dry like this. It's always best to wax your car off after washing it. It's like the best protection you can give your paint. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put these back. Then we're going to go ahead and start applying the graphene ceramic coating. If you do not want to use that product, which I 100% recommend that you do use this product, because this product will make your car hydrophobic and it will keep the dust and pollen off of your paint. I'm going to recommend you use the graphene ceramic coating that Shine Armor makes, because that thing guaranteed will make this thing protected and hydrophobic. So we just got done cleaning up our buckets and everything, and now it's time to start applying the graphene ceramic coating. I'm going to go ahead and pull the car inside. When applying any sort of ceramic coating, whether it's a spray-on or it's that solution that you just rub on, you want to do it indoors to make sure that the car is away from any element, such as it's windy right now and we don't want any leaves falling on the paint, for example. We don't want any of that to happen, so we're going to do it all indoors and allow the paint to not be contaminated while we're applying this coating. It's a new day. I just let the car set out overnight. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply the graphene ceramic coating. So basically, this graphene ceramic coating is going to, again, act like a hydrophobic layer that's going to sit on top of the car's paint. Not just that, it's also going to prevent it from having dust and other sort of particles get embedded in the paint. It's basically going to act like a separate layer on top of the clear coat that's going to be protecting the clear coat from scratches, water damage, pollen damage, all sorts of like bird droppings and stuff like that. Another added layer on top of that. Not just that, also after I apply the graphene ceramic coating, I'm going to let that cure overnight. Once that's cured overnight, I'm going to apply another layer of wax just to be safe and make sure that this paint is going to be as protected as it can be. So let's go ahead and start applying it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our ceramic coating and we're going to shake it around get it all ready for it to be applied. Take off the lid. All right, now that we got the seal out, we're gonna go ahead and screw on this spray lid that comes with the kit. The kit also came with a purple towel. I'm not gonna use that purple towel. I have a ton of yellow towels I'm gonna be using for this application, but it's pretty simple, very easy to use. You spray on a 2x2 area, let it sit, and then immediately rub that onto the paint, and don't wipe it off. You'll see a nice little film of the graphene spray on there. As you can see, there's a nice little film from right here to right here. You're gonna let that sit for about 1 minute to 2 minutes. Once it's cured after that time, then you're gonna go ahead and then wipe it off with another one of these towels. All right, it's been about 1.5 minutes, and now I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this down. And you will, when wiping it, you will see all those streaks that are left behind from applying it. You're basically trying to buff all that out, and great. Now we're protected. That is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.